able to dodge so many of the great Omega Hurricane ultimates. Characters like the Iron Man has been used, so it's time to leave, and now it's time for second phase. Gonna be Enzo already using that symbiotic resilience to get some additional HP. Lapsis Athilas falling low. Abuhu gonna try and force out. That was quite the flick there. Abuhu knew exactly where Melio wanted to go. Catches Ken on the outside, blocks off the incoming healing of a Joyful Splash, utilizing that Aegis barrier, and now Gainer just goes to town with daggers of Danak and dark maelstroms abound.
Nami's been able to build up Eternal Bond in one fight, which means that it is going to be a case of just cleaning up the staggers and Citadel finally finding the flip.
BRB being expended at the end, though, does mean that's not going to be up if Citadel Gaming take a fast fight here.
Lapsus has Invis Boundary, and OG Seed can open up this fight and the space with the Sonic Seduction to be able to move themselves through. But they have to keep an eye on Melio and Tanuki. Citadel Gaming have the ability to have more than enough damage to punch through. They're just stalling out long enough for OG Seed to have to now deal with Ken and Tanuki in the backline instead.
Oh, Fango looking a little bit nasty. Was that an aggressive TP onto Name? A little bit of a jump scare there. Requires an instant resurrection. Frost Mountain brings the cloak and dagger back to the fray, but KQ catching so much damage from above. Tanuki is untouchable up here at the moment. A healing pull for all. A touch of a look onto the Adam Warlock. Bro has no mobility. He ain't getting out of this one. KQ taking down Lapsis Athilas. Not long for this world either. And as Name stands within the Eternal Bond, Citadel Athilas brings up all that's needed in the form of the invisible boundary and attempted an alpha strike. KQ up close and personal. 99%. We're so close to the end song, and yet no songs will be sung here for OG Seed, but a funeral dirge over the flames of what was quite the battle. But Citadel game.
I've hit directly onto the backline when OG Seed, the only cooldown they have is the Soulbind, and that's going to be before they're on point again.
Counting down with the count at home. KQ's already 3-2-1. Melio down. Oh, Tanuki gets one over on Gainer right there. Drops the emote as well. You can pick some new ones up in the store right now for the if you're interested. Oh, the end song Inferno. It's certainly going to be sung real quick. Wraps around the back. So many angles. There's nowhere to go. And it's allowed for Melio to be taken out from the other side. Cosmic Yarn Amplifier up onto the high ground. Has good LOS, but you can see that Citadel are not overly keen on diving inside of that invisible boundary. Instead, they wait for OG Seed to emerge, and they planted their own seeds of victory, waiting for Melio to return back in. It's a good patty cake once again. The tip-tap-toe of everyone moving in onto a point to stop it from being properly contested. Battle Recall Beacon taken away. It's Enzo's turn now to move in and keep this point as Melio starts to once again work the margins. Do you want to use the ultimate? Enzo thought it was workable, but a quick spinning kick from Abuhu sends him into the tree.
True, but that was CC cancel on the ultimate, not full hit onto the Venom, so Enzo is going to be back.
I'm not taken down. It's intercepted mid-air. Great focus fire from Citadel Gaming, but OG Seed still have the sustainability. The Eternal Bond keeping them stronger for but a moment longer. Frost Mountain has arrived on the Doctor Strange. The pentagram of Ferrella has been opened, but so too is the sword being unsheathed, and Melio's blade is going to cut through OG Seed with little regard for life, limb, and destiny. Gainer taken down last, and OG Seed fall before the might of one stinky boy. The Rocket Raccoon has arrived.
Citadel Gaming have arrived as well with that Jeff composition, even though the Eton to KQ43 doesn't manage to get the Phoenix elimination. It manages to stall out. Yeah, so Ultron enough, and OG Seed should be able to overwhelm, but we're going to be seeing the Strange Portal come on through. Melio going down now so that the BRB cooldown can be reset immediately, as opposed to having to wait for that 40-second timer. And Citadel do have Invisible Boundary to utilize after this portal comes on through into the Kraken Impact.
Decisions there for Polly. Was waiting for something to move on through. Abuhu was taken by surprise by Tanuki, potentially up close and personal. A right click from straight into the shielded Aegis brought up by the EMEA. Great play from Abuhu, but Lapsis Athilas, they can't get inside their own ultimate, so they're going to be taken on down. Now Koikadanga is going to be the primary target for Polly. Justice being delivered, and it's Tanuki around the other side, utilizing the spirit of the Phoenix itself to carve through both light and dark forces. The primal force of the universe is stronger than that, but dark magic still courses through their veins and corrupts them to their very core.
Holly's doing such a good job of keeping Lapsus
at the spawn.
In is on the Venom to touch. That's their only opportunity. Maybe Frost Mountain with the Hurricane, but no!
was all about using that healing pool there, just allowing everyone to stand on business right at the spawn of OG Seed, and no option, despite the protect of the Strange, to go. Well, they were certainly at spawn. I don't know if there was any holding involved, apart from maybe holding a Boohoo for a conciliatory cuddle thereafter.
Yeah, Boohoo got brought back by the Rocket PRV, so had to go through that twice. Enz is going to look for the portal cancel onto Gainer too, so the OG Seed can't even try and recontest this on second fight.
Enzo stares into the portal and sends daggers of the Knack forth. Seems like the interceding of the portal has not quite worked out, but a release of Dark Energy builds them up even closer towards the Eye of Agamotto. OG Seed thus far move on back. Gainer just makes the aggressive play, trying to deal with the culling terror. You can see that there's layers of defense here. A survivability onion has been drawn up around the Punisher. Players moving into different corners. Have to be worried here about the BRB as well. Could be in danger. But moving around the back. Oh, Polly's trying to cook with the Strangler prison. It does draw up the invisible boundary, but nothing more than that. So that's one tool less in the economy for either team.
Yeah, they just disengage it. They're coming back in again this time, looking for that win. In this boundary tier, KQ43 doesn't get an opportunity to get healed because of the isolations from those walls. And Citadel Gaming will be able to complete the 2-0 against OG Seed to continue their run in the lower bracket.
Yeah, some great tracking there from Melio with the Citadel.
Waiting to see the